What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Open Door Policy. I'm your host, Jukebox. This is a first ever TikTok live show for JG's Lounge. And hopefully I'll be doing more of it depending on how this one turns out. I do have birthday boy Baish with me, man. How you doing, dude?
I'm all right. I just took a nap, so
I can't remember the last time I took a nap, man. I don't take fucking naps.
I take fucking naps. I'm old.
You're definitely old. I agree. What are you now? Like 39, 40?
Yep, 39.
39.
I haven't hit 40 yet.
You only got a couple years on me, man. It ain't that bad.
Yeah.
You got 3 years on me, dude. I mean, 3 years and a few months.
Yeah, it's so great to like lay down and wake up and you're just like, oh man, that was a great nap.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that statement. If it makes any, if that means anything.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm hopefully going to get some sleep tonight. We'll see what happens. So Baish is the host, producer, main guy of Return of the Critics podcast. Tell everybody a little bit about what you do on your show.
We just talk shit like over and over with each other. we have a movie of the week. We have an album of the week where we each get to pick a movie in a rotating basis, and then we talk about the movie. We give it a rating between 1 and 5 mics. It's me and 5 other guys. I know it sounds a little gay, but I mean it is a lot of gay. But it's still fun. It's what I told other people. It's like controlled chaos.
Yeah, of course.
We talk about movies. We talk about shows. We have guests on some of the time. Just shoot the shit.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. I mean, I tune in there when I can here and there, but we've already discussed this. It's not really like I always feel like I'm ignorant to the conversation that you guys have.
Most of the guys on my podcast are ignorant to the conversation that we're having at that moment. So it's not really,
Right. No, I feel you, man. He also has, let's see, Breaking It Down with Baish is also one of our shows. Oh, hey, there's Mandy Meow. What's up, Mandy? So today, the topic to rant about is going to be common pet peeves and things that just irritate us.
Like in general, or just like?
Yeah, what are things that people do that just irritate you?
Ooh, you know how people come up to ask you a question, they fucking touch you first.
Like touch you on the shoulder.
Yeah, like hey, can you why are you touching me? That irritates the shit out of me.
Especially it's called personal space for a reason.
Like touch you, or like old ladies will go up to my arms and like oh you're big and feel my arms. Like, get off me! Don't touch me.
I hate when Instacart people will come in and they'll ask you where everything is.
Oh, I hate that shit.
And it's I know you're on a time schedule here. You're losing money the longer you take, but asking me is kind of taking away the whole concept of you having to look for shit. That's why you're getting paid, not to waste my time, but to figure it out yourself.
Right? I just want more. Like I told somebody who was asking 6 things to find. I'm like, are you doing an Instacart order or a shipping order? They go, oh well, yeah. I'm like, cool. Well, you owe me half of your pay. What do you mean? I was like, you're being paid to shop for them, right? Well, yeah, right. Cool. I'm doing the shopping for you, and then you're gonna drive it, so you owe me half of your money.
Right. I mean, I've talked to some Instacart people that make $1,200, $1,300 a week, and they're good at it. And then you get the ones that have no clue what they're doing, and they're just constantly bugging you. And then, if you don't have the product or something, they get all pissed off at you. And you're like, it's not my fault.
Well, nobody gets pissed off at me.
Is it because you're, a big black dude?
I'm a fairly large black dude. I'm not gonna look at. I'm not small. 6'3" and 260, but
Yeah. That's not. I guess that's not that big.
I try not to body shame myself. So,
I pulled up a list of some common pet peeves, and the first one on the list is gum chewing.
Really?
Yeah, see, I don't. I guess for me it depends. Like if I'm in the middle of a conversation and you're just like smacking your lips at me,
Oh, smacking,
like
yeah.
you're not paying your attention, like I would take that as irritating or annoying.
Yeah, that right there. I thought you meant just fucking gum chewing. Just
Yeah, I mean, all it says is gum chewing, but like if you're breaking it down, I think it's more situational. Like if you're just chewing gum, whatever. But
yeah.
the last thing I want to do is hear somebody smacking their lips while they're chewing gum.
I want to hear people smacking their lips. You know what I mean?
What do you think about next up here is interruptions? Like if you're being interrupted.
Oh, unless you have kids, then you're used to it.
Yeah, but like if you're having a conversation with somebody and they cut you off or like somebody chimes in the middle of the conversation that they weren't involved, and that's just that annoys the shit out of me. Like, excuse me, like this, we weren't even talking to you.
Oh yeah, you mean you're having a conversation? Someone just comes up like, oh yeah, this is this. You're like,
Right.
where the fuck you come from? Yeah.
Yeah. Or when somebody tries to finish your sentence because like they know what you're trying to say, and it's not at all what you're trying to say.
I'll give you that one. That is irritating.
That really, as Peter Griffin says, grinds my gears.
Ooh, grinds my gears. I love it. Hey, what's the counter in the top left for?
That's likes, the one that's going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are likes. That's actually me tapping the screen right now.
Oh,
But the more likes that you get, the more it pushes the algorithm, and then it kind of gets more people. Somehow it like hits in the views.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to like anything, so I'm just gonna.
You just literally tap the middle of the screen.
Oh yeah.
It should like shoot up some hearts.
Oh shit.
You see it?
I'm like putting hearts in your mouth, like.
Yeah, but see, you're giving yourself likes because you're a guest, so like you are getting people to. No, it's going up. Okay.
Yeah, I'm shooting them right into your mouth. It's great. It's like, oh, look at you, dirty girl.
Give me those.
All right.
All right, next up, we got taking phone calls in public.
I think if you're loud on your phone.
Yeah, look, I mean, shit, I remember when you couldn't even get a phone in public. Like, I remember the first brick Nokia phone,
Ooh, those were sexy.
Do you remember those?
Yeah, those ones that are indestructible.
Yeah, dude, never lost signal. Just constant. Dude, I remember that thing was great. Except for having to type each letter 3 times.
Yeah, plus if your fingers are too big, it'd be like sitting there like, yo, damn, I gotta go back. All right, hold on. Okay. It took me like 30 minutes just to type, hey, what are you doing?
Right. I don't think, again, taking phone calls in public, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Unless I'm like in a movie or some shit. Like if I'm sitting in a theater, and I'm sure you know this one, but if you're sitting in a theater and somebody answers the phone.
Oh, that's annoying.
I think I maybe experienced it once ever. Most people don't do it. But it is frustrating. Like I would probably turn around and give somebody a dirty look.
I don't get dirty looks. It happened like twice. The first time it happened, I was like, the dude was like really loud on his phone. I turned around, I was like, really? Is the movie like interrupting your phone call? And the guy just looked at me. I'm like, you want to turn that shit off? And he was just like looking at me like, what happened? But I was with like 2 other dudes too, so it's kind of
right.
That dude thought he was gonna get his ass whooped. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, you shouldn't be on his fucking phone in the movie theater.
This is true.
But yeah, I think that's just situational too. Like if you're just in public on your phone, that's not that bad. Unless you're trying to, I don't know, if you're arguing on the phone in public, that's kind of annoying. Like nobody wants to hear you arguing.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't know. And now you hear people argue, and it's not even with a phone. They just got that Bluetooth in their ear, so they look like a freaking schizophrenic.
I've done it before. People at my job are like talking shit, and I'm like, "You talking to me?" And they're like, "No, I'm on the phone." They'll show me their pods. I was like, "Oh, okay." And they like, turn around. I was like, "Hey," they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Take that shit out of your ear." You're on the floor. What are you doing? And they're, oh, okay. And they take it off. I'm like,
yeah. We had a forklift driver a while back. He had long hair, and he would wear them, and he'd put his hair down, and nobody even knew he had them in until you tried to talk to him.
Well, I mean, I don't have hair, so
That's true. That's true.
unless I get some like black ones and hope that people just think I'm just really dark. On my
You'd always
ear.
grow your hair out and then just
Mm,
kind of weave them around there.
no, having hair in my ears is like it's gross. So I don't. I try very hard. I
I
try.
try to trim it up, but I got hair everywhere, man.
Yeah, I manscape it. Use
Yeah,
Manscape and cut that down.
yeah,
It's easier. Manscape's a great tool to use.
that's true. I use twinkle razors. They're like
Really?
a. Do you know what a twinkle razor is?
I have no idea. I hope you tell me because that
Dude,
sounds
it's like a
weird.
fucking. So it looks like a toothpick with a
Uh-huh.
little blade on the edge of it, and you literally just go along and fucking. You don't even need like shaving cream or nothing. You just literally go along and line it up.
But you use it in your ear?
I use like scissors for my ears, but I use the twinkle razors for all this shit.
Oh, I have the Manscaped like it's like a nose trimmer too.
Mhm.
But it's like a circular thing where you just put in your ear and it gets rid of hair. It's a weird conversation, but yeah,
I need one of those. I definitely need one of those.
it's
What's
pretty
going on,
good.
everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Next up, I got cracking knuckles. I don't even really hear people crack their knuckles that much.
All my kids do that.
They crack their knuckles?
The twins do it, and my youngest daughter does it.
Yeah, that doesn't really bug me at all. Hey, we're gonna invite. Hey, somebody wants to join the live.
My hands smell like onions. I want to smell like onions.
Let's see. I don't know how to. I'm trying to invite you here, but it's not letting me add you. Uh, Hero High 6.
Hero.
I'm trying to add you as a guest, but it's not allowing me to, so
Hero.
I'm not sure how to do it. But I was gonna add him.
Said multi-guest live.
Do what?
Yeah, one of my things says multi-guest live on it.
Let's try this. Let's expand. But it's not allowing me to. Oh, it's. If anybody wants to join in on the show, this is new to me. I would be happy to have you on, but you'll have to bear with us.
I think they have to request, or you have to request them.
No, because it sent me something saying to invitation. Okay, it said I sent the invitation, so they just have to acknowledge it. I think.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me. So you guys jump on if you feel like it. This is all meant about just really complaining about shit. So we're talking about pet peeves today. Right now we're currently on cracking knuckles. I really don't hear people do it, and honestly, if they did it, I don't even know if I would acknowledge that they did it. It doesn't bug me like that,
Yeah.
And I even crack my knuckles every now and then, I don't. That's not really. I don't really consider that a pet peeve, man. For that to be on the common list is kind of weird.
I think. Yeah. You ever is arguing with like partner on there?
No.
Oh man, I've been out before and like I've seen like women argue with their dudes
Right.
and like just talk I mean some of it's creative, but just talk straight shit to their guy. And like, you want to argue? Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
small balls, and I'm like, who said something about their balls? Like how unimpressive is your dick if they're talking about your balls?
Yeah, I mean, like, you're going to that level just to try to be, I don't know, what, offensive? Like, come on.
I don't know.
That's just annoying.
Yeah, but that's annoying. Like, can't you argue like silently?
Anybody, dude, I don't care who you are. If you're arguing with your spouse or anybody that you're with, keep that shit private, man. I don't want to hear your drama. Like, the only reason that it would bug me is or that it wouldn't bug me is if it was like them arguing with just some random stranger. Then it's like, and depending on the conversation, it might be annoying or it might be comical.
That's true. That's very true.
Or the other, another one is like when people, it goes full swing on either side here. Because so if people are like beating their children in public,
Oh man, you said beat.
yes, and I mean, I've seen people like smacking their kids, and it's like borderline. Like, should I say something? But then you got the ones on the other hand where their kids are literally climbing and damaging equipment or like destroying product, and the parents are like having their own conversation over here, not paying any attention. So I think on both of those spectrums, that is also annoying.
Yeah, I tell people, I'm like, man, control your damn kids. I'll tell people. Hey, what are you doing? Is this your kid? Yeah? Okay, this is the playground. Can you grab your child before somebody takes them and leaves with them?
No shit, man. If I could just call CDS on half the people, I would.
Right? You're a
That
bad
just sounds
parent.
like too much energy.
Like, yeah, because you got to be on the phone. You got to find the number. You got to call. You got to stay on the phone. You got to point them out.
You have
Yeah.
to be on the phone and call the number. Yeah,
Yeah,
usually how that works.
it's too much. I don't want to do that.
What about loud chewers? I feel like that kind of sticks up there with the gum chewing.
Yeah, that's why I figured that's what that was.
Invite National to join live as a guest. Oh, okay. So
Nava,
basically, every time somebody's jumping on here, it's telling me to invite them. So,
don't bitter water look ad. God damn, that's a long name.
do what?
Nava
Navajo
bitter
bitter.
water look. Is that his Indian name?
I don't know. I invited him to join the show.
Is his Indian name Bitterwater?
Possibly.
That's a horrible name.
I don't know. You should come on here and tell us about it.
Tell me about your horrible Indian name, Bitterwater.
Yeah, I've never even thought about that. Like people just talking about their like usernames on all this stuff.
Yeah,
Like Tiffy82, that's pretty
that's someone's name. Her
straightforward.
name is probably Tiffany.
Yeah, and then the guy before that's
482.
Navajo bitter water. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what that means.
He's like, I was an asshole as a kid, so the elders gave me bitter water. 'Cause every time I came by, they just had to spit their water out.
Right. It's funny how I got my name, like the whole jukebox ginger, because it's like I didn't expect it to be anything.
So you just picked jukebox?
Because like when I was 19, 20, I used to go play pool at this old hole in the wall bar, and they had a old school jukebox in the back. And like 4 nights a week, I would just go there and hang out and shoot. So sometimes I wouldn't even drink. I'd just play music on the jukebox and shoot pool, and it was just so relaxing. I did it for like 4 years straight, and I loved so much music. And ginger and jukebox just sounded like it made sense, so I went with it, man.
I mean, you are a ginger, so it kind of helps.
I'm definitely a ginger. If it was jukebox ginger and I was just a fucking black-haired kid,
Oh, I was gonna say black kid. I was like, that would be funny.
That would be funny.
That would be hilarious. Like,
I have seen some black gingers, man.
you've seen a black ginger?
Yeah, there's a few of them around here.
Man, their soul must be fucking black as shit.
I mean, typically they're light skinned with freckles and ginger hair.
Oh, they have no soul.
They're ghosted.
This is true.
People who cut in line.
I've never actually had that. That's you.
I don't think I've ever had to deal with that. Unless I was holding, like, if I was in line and somebody asked me to hold the spot so they can go to the bathroom.
I don't do that.
You wouldn't do it?
No. We're not 5. We're not standing in line for that. If you can't hold your pee while we're in line, then sucks to be you. You take your ass to the back of the line. You come back up like, oh, it's behind
you step out of this line, you're gone.
I'll tell him like, look, you try to come back, I don't know you, but you just
Really?
saw me. Probably not.
You would do that?
Yeah, I would.
What if even if they did nothing to you?
I don't know if they did nothing to me. You never know. Maybe in their head they're like plotting against me. I don't know. I think of some pretty crazy shit when like I'm just standing there. So if I'm thinking about it, they're probably thinking about it.
That's fair. I don't really think it definitely doesn't bug me but I haven't really witnessed it.
Yeah, I haven't had anybody cut. Unless let's try about like elementary school. and then people used to cut all the time.
Oh, and yeah, well, school. I feel like that's not. I mean, I'm thinking more like from an adult aspect, like in everyday life.
That
I
makes
mean, because
sense.
I feel like in elementary school, people intentionally did it just to fucking start shit.
Yeah, they used to cut in line to get nasty ass lunch. So, I guess.
Right. Right. Uh, was there ever lunch in school that you liked?
Um, so I don't like chocolate milk now, but back in the day, they used to do 2 egg rolls, a chocolate tash shake, where all this chocolate's at the bottom. You have to shake that shit up, and then you get the chocolate milk. And then
Right.
it came with a fruit roll up, which is a destructively horrible lunch for a kid to have, but that shit was delicious.
What? Seriously?
Yeah, so it was 2 egg rolls, like 2 big egg rolls. I think there was some fruit in there too, and a fruit roll up and a tash shake.
Okay. I think I remember those old like the rectangle pizzas. Do you remember the old rectangle
Oh,
pizzas?
that's such a gross.
Oh man, they were so good.
Oh, you like those?
I
You
love those things. I'd like put salt and pepper on them and eat them.
you weirdo. Those things
Yeah,
are
well,
gross.
I'm a ginger man.
I mean, I guess. Ew.
What about people who purposely ignore boundaries? Kind of like what you were saying about touching.
Um, yeah, that would bug the shit out of me. But that's all like some people are close talkers,
Mm,
so when they talk to you, they're like right up on you, and you're like, okay, I need like 3 feet. You need to move away.
right.
It's stuff like that. But I mean,
But I don't like so for like boundaries for me would be like certain conversation topics. Like I have no idea who you are and you're asking me personal shit, I'm probably not going to answer it. Or I'll be like, what's your purpose here? Like, where are we going?
yeah. I mean, I think I'll answer it, but then I'll bring it back with something more personal towards you. I
Right.
remember somebody asking me something about me and April, and I was just like, it was weird, and I was just like, oh, so how do you know if this is real or not? This is fucking 100% true. They asked me that, and I told this dude, I was like, oh, okay, well, he's like, ask how's something you and your wife, and I was like, oh, how are you and your dad doing after he touched you when you were little? And then the dude started like welling up, crying, and I was like, what the hell? And the person was like, oh, that actually did happen to him, and I was like, oh, well, that sucks for him.
Right.
Eh. But then I got over it, so it's okay.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, it is what it is.
Eh.
Chronic lateness. So people who just show up late all the fucking time.
My wife is always late.
I, I like to be early, man. If I know I'm gonna be at work and I live 35 minutes away from work, I usually leave an hour before in case something happens, like a breakdown. I have time to call them and let them know. Or if just anything happens, if there's a wreck or some shit, I still probably gonna be on time. But if I'm on time, if I show up and I'm just chilling in the parking lot, that's nice too, man. I just chill for 15 minutes before I even go in.
Very true. I don't. I hate being late. Like it. Like you said, it really grinds my gears. I can't stand being late. Uh, but my wife's family is late to everything. Like my mother-in-law, she's always late. My sister-in-law, she's always late. My wife's always late. So I'm used to people being late.
Especially when you know like ahead of time, like if you got like a party to go to a week from now,
Even
and
their
they're
parties,
still like pushing it to the very last minute before you leave, and you're like, nah, we should have left like 30
home
minutes
parties,
ago.
when we're at the house, guests are already there, and they're still late getting ready. The guests are downstairs. I'm almost done. 2 hours later, hey everybody. I'm like, oh my god.
No, that's pretty bad, man. I mean, that's I wouldn't say it's a peeve, but it is kind of irritating, like especially if you were like ready to go like an hour before or whatever.
Oh, I'm always ready.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm in. I just throw something on. I mean, I like to take a good, 5, 10 minute shower, but I get dressed quick, and I'm usually ready to go pretty quick.
True, 'cause the only thing I'm really washing on my besides my face, that little bit of wash, and my beard. I don't really have any hair. And your
Right.
body as a dude, you just make sure you wash your balls and your ass, like, and you're done.
That's true. It's true, man. Yeah, I take quick ones, and then I'm just ready to go. Like if I come home and I'm like, hey, I gotta just shower real quick. Oh, we gotta go. Yeah, my showers are pretty fast. It'll be all right. Leaving the toilet seat up.
Mm, I don't think I have that problem here because we have our
No,
own.
you don't have that problem.
No, because we have our own bathroom at home. I don't. I don't use like the kids' bathroom or the other bathroom. So
Y'all got your own bathrooms.
yeah, Well, me and my wife have our own bathroom in our room, and they have their own bathroom. There's like one towards the front of the house, so I don't have to worry about that. When I go out, I mean, obviously I'm a guy. I could piss in a bush. So
Yeah,
you know, not that big
that's
of a
true.
deal. I think that's more of a woman issue.
You one that's not on this list that does bug me though, like people who don't like. Have you ever seen somebody put shoes on, but they don't actually put the shoe on all the way? So like the heel,
Ah,
they'll put the shoe, their foot in the shoe, but they just like step on the heel instead of putting the shoe all the way on.
that's trashy to me.
What?
That's trashy to me. That like I see that and I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
And
you,
then I've seen it so many times too. It's like, why? Like, why are you doing that?
why are you ruining your shoes? Just take the 2 seconds and just lift your foot up. Come on.
That just like putting a sign on you that says I'm lazy as fuck.
Yeah. And I probably married my cousin.
That's just okay. That's up there. Actually, honestly, it might be a little bit worse than people who wear socks with their sandals.
Oh, that's now when I say white trash, I include like brown people, black people, Asian people. It's just trashy. When I say that, it's just trashy. Like if you do that in any race, you probably shop at Walmart with a belly shirt and have kissed your cousin or touched him at some point. I hate when I see that shit. Like I get it, like you're wearing socks and you put on sandals to go outside for a second to get something, but to go out in public and walk around with socks and sandals, you just stink of inbredness. Ugh. No. Why you give me something?
That's a bit more extreme than I would take it. I mean, it's just. I mean, I can't look at it and be like, "Oh, that's all right." Like, no, it immediately annoys me if I see it.
What about the thong ones? The thong sandals wearing socks? Like why?
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't see that as much, but I usually see flip flops and socks.
Yeah, but I've seen the thong ones. I'm like, why? Like it's already putting your toes like what you're doing. Like why not just take the socks off?
Yeah,
Like get if you
those are so uncomfortable to me.
put on some shoes.
I cannot wear thongs. Like, dude, they're so uncomfortable.
I don't know if you're talking about underwear or if you're talking about sandals right now.
Honestly, it probably goes for both, but I'm referring to the sandals.
You know what's crazy is I always thought like, what would it feel like to wear a thong? Just
I mean, they do have man thongs.
I know they're mongs. That's what it's called. But no, like I was like sat there and been like, oh man, what does string fit in your ass feel like? But then I'm like, oh, that probably wouldn't feel great.
No, I probably wouldn't.
Ooh,
I can't. And you ever like been to the public pool and you see somebody wearing a speedo?
yeah. And I'm like, oh man, just wearing some plum smugglers. It's
I
nice.
do. I mean, I joke about doing it, but it'd be pretty revealing.
You should probably do it and let all that taco meat out.
A ball sack and everything just be hanging out the bottom of
You're like, hey, what? Babe, your ball is out. Oh, again? Yeah.
No, these are just my floaties.
Oh,
Yours go on your arm. Mine just dangle between my legs.
Got in the pool and they just like went up to your neck. That would be gross.
um, Let's see. We've talked about shoes. Is there what you got any pet peeves, man? Is there anything that bugs the shit out of you?
So, like, you know how I do my, sometimes I'll do the thing at work where I go, "That's nasty."
Yeah.
Okay, so like when I go in the bathrooms there, customer bathrooms, and there's just like shit on the walls or like stuff on the floor or stuff like that. Like I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, "Why?" Like
Right.
the toilet, like you missed every part of the bathroom. Like that shit's annoying. That's irritating.
I actually was having this debate with three employees today. It was two girls and another guy, and we were all discussing whether women's restrooms or men's restrooms were
Oh,
dirtier.
women are the worst.
So me and one of the girls agreed, and then the other two did not. And I was like, obviously, you have not worked in retail or restaurants or a store, and you've never been in public restrooms as a worker.
Yeah, women are the worst. Like they leave like their bloody stuff
Coupons,
everywhere.
other things.
Yeah, they just missed the toilet completely, or there's
I've been seeing some I've seen some pretty gross women's restrooms, and I'm not trying to say that men's rooms aren't gross. I mean, I've had to clean smeared shit off the wall,
oh yeah, I've had to too.
but I feel like more often than not, the women's is much dirtier than the men's.
Oh yeah, women are.
And the smell is even worse. Like I can go into a men's room and be like, wow, it smells like shit in here, but at least I know it's shit. If I go in the women's room and it's like some weird ass smell that I don't know.
That smells like copper and shit. There you go. That's gross.
Yeah, I want to be able to identify what I'm smelling. If I can't identify how terrible it is,
Yeah, I need to know what's going in my body at this point, like
yeah.
my air passages.
Do I need a hazmat suit?
Yes. What am I tasting in this air? This is gross.
In the men's room, it's usually blood, urine, or shit.
This is true. Or if it's a compilation of all three, that's fun. Like you're sitting there playing minor detective.
Right.
Like, what happened here? What did this guy go through?
I mean, I've had to drop a pretty rough deuce before that made me bleed.
Oh man, I don't know about that one.
But I also don't leave it for somebody to clean up.
I'm not gonna lie. If you did that where I was working, I would want you to leave it there just so I could be like, man, this guy was having a rough week.
Rough day.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to lay off that bread.
Yeah. Or hot sauce.
Let's see. Food chewing.
I think we did food chewing, right?
When people eat and you can hear them eating, I can see people getting pissed off about that. Like I hate hearing people eat. Like if they're chewing and you can hear them, that's a problem.
What about the breathing though?
What?
Have you okay? The chewing is annoying, but have you heard somebody chewing loud and breathing loud at the same time? Like
yeah,
like that. Like
that's pretty. Yeah, that'd be a pet peeve. I consider that a peeve. Alicia, thanks for tuning in. We're discussing pet peeves. This is my new show, Open Door Policy, that's live on TikTok. It's new, but we are having people on to discuss. And she left. See you later.
Who left?
Do what?
Who left?
Somebody named Alicia.
Alicia.
I was explaining the show to her. No, but people who smack their lips while they're chewing, breathe real loud while they're chewing, that's all annoying to me, man. Baish, you just gonna dip out on me, man? All right, man. Let's see if we can't invite you again. Oh, you just jumped off for some reason.
I didn't jump off. He kicked me off to some other stupid shit. I watched he would accept him ring. I was like, who the fuck is this? And I came back to the thing and I was like, oh, I don't know what the hell just happened.
Well, that's pretty much what I got for the show tonight, man. Unless you got some other pet peeves.
Women.
It's definitely. I feel like it's just a love-hate relationship in general.
Uh, yeah, no, it's more of a thing of like you're like some women are very gentile and awesome and cool, and you can be friends with them, and then like once you get with them or you're around them, then they're just Beetlejuice. So just
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a monthly struggle.
not a daily struggle, but whatever, or hourly struggle or minutely struggle.
Comes in waves, man.
Sure.
I I feel like that's why. You ever hear like the old Western films where they call them like fiery pistols?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Yeah. You just go off on
Just
you.
like sitting there, like getting ready to eat dinner. The whole day's been great. You got your food. You're about to take a bite, and out of nowhere, just are you really gonna just do that first? What? Do what? And like it would just be a 20-minute argument,
Right.
and you have no idea why.
Right. At this moment, he realized should have been good. I've never had one of my buddies come up to me and be like, "What are you thinking?"
What? Do what now?
I was like, I've never had one of my buddies come up to me and be like, "What are you thinking?"
What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking right now.
What are you thinking right now?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, you should probably eat something, man.
I mean, yeah, but I'm also I want ice cream.
What kind of ice cream do you like?
I like blizzards from Dairy Queen where they mix my like strawberries,
Yes.
uh, cookies and cream, and cookie dough.
I love Dairy Queen Blizzards, man.
So good, right?
I said I usually do. They have like a turtle one that's really good.
Oh, okay. It has like caramel in it, right?
Caramel and Heath. I love Heath bar.
Oh, you love Heath bars?
Oh, I love Heath bars.
It's like the oldest shit I've ever heard.
That sounds pretty accurate. And Rolos. I also like Rolos.
You're just going down this old man right now. You're gonna be like, I love those hard butterscotch candies.
I do like Werther's. Those are called Werther's, man.
Yeah. Oh my god. You win the whitest comment award of the day. Thank you.
Ah, man, that's my next clip right there.
There you go. Holy shit. I love Heath bars, Rolos, and butterscotch hard candies.
Oh, and I'm actually only 35.
Me.
What? Besides, you like those vines, right?
Yeah. I like this too.
What is that?
They're like sour belts things.
Okay.
Probably sweet. But they're sour belts. They're pretty delicious.
All right.
Yeah. It was given to me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've always liked Heath bar. I don't know why I like Heath bar, man. Or even I don't even know how I had Heath to begin with.
You have an old soul.
It's possible.
Yes.
The we have a cotton candy machine, and you can actually take those caramel or like those butterscotch candies, and you can throw them in the cotton candy machine, and it'll turn it into cotton candy. It's fucking awesome.
Who the fuck has a cotton candy machine?
We've got cotton candy machine with like 13, 14 different flavors. We have a popcorn maker. I can't really think of what else weird that we have. I don't think the popcorn maker is that weird. I mean, it looks like one of those carnival stand popcorn machines, so I get maybe.
I want a slushy machine.
We have an ice cream maker. It's like a bucket where you like put like ice in it, and then you put the bucket in the middle, and then you have to like churn your own ice cream.
I'm about to April one of those, but I want a slushy machine where you put it and you put the ice and stuff, and then you just pour, I forgot what it is in there, and it like makes your slushy.
Yeah,
I like ices.
I love ices, dude. Ices are so good.
So good, especially when you like. I don't know about you, but like when I feel down or I don't feel good about myself, and I have like my favorite food or my favorite snack, I just feel better.
Yeah, and the problem, that's why I think that's an addiction for people, man. Because they never feel good about themselves.
I mean, that's true. But like me, like I had Korean barbecue earlier, so like I was kind of like whatever at work, and then I left work, and I was like, you want to go eat? And I'm like, yeah. And I felt better. I came home.
It's also your birthday, man. Like, did you do anything special besides go out to eat?
I went to eat yesterday too. My wife took me to some fancy ass lunch place.
All right.
Um, my brother in law got me some stuff. A buddy of mine got me a Funko Pop of me. Um, no, I didn't do. I don't usually do anything. Well, that's not true.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't really do anything special for myself on my B day. I don't get how people go like, it's my birthday month or it's my birthday week.
That's a weird one.
I don't understand that. Like, how's it your birthday week? You were born on one day.
Like, me and my neighbor have birthdays like 4 days of. Actually, no, we have the same day birthday. But then I have another neighbor that's like 4 days different from me, and we all kind of do it on the same day.
Okay.
But I usually work, man. I don't like take it off. I don't ask. I don't ask for anything.
Yeah. I don't take it off either. I went to work today. My
Yeah,
boss just told me to leave, but then I figured out why he wanted me to leave because he wanted to go to lunch too. So he told me to leave, and then he's like, "Oh, let's go to lunch." I'm like, "All right."
that's funny.
I'm like, "Okay, well now it makes sense why you wanted me to leave early."
I like hibachi though. Like for birthdays, I like to have hibachi. Or you're gonna make some sort of fucking comment on this one too. But I love corned beef and cabbage.
Why would I make a corned beef and cabbage joke about the ginger who loves corned beef and yeah, come on. You should have said haggis or something like that.
Ah man, I love me some corned beef and cabbage. It's so good.
Of course you do. Like, me being like, hey, you know what I love to eat? You're like, what? I don't know, ribs and fried chicken or something. You'd be like, really? Wow.
And watermelon.
I don't like watermelon.
I know we've talked about this.
Yeah, I don't like
You
watermelon.
also don't like bone-in food.
I don't. It's disgusting.
I don't really care for bone-in either. I mean, I'll eat it, but I don't. I hate the process of having to get the meat off of the bone.
Yeah, I won't touch it if I see it on the bone. Or if I know it came off the bone right when I'm about to eat it, I won't touch it. That's
What
gross.
about like a pork roast? Like if you put because some of those roasts have like the bone in it when you roast it, but then like when you go to eat it, the bone just slides right out.
No, I'll get a pork shoulder and then I'll cut the fat off and then cook it and makes slow roasted pork or something like that, or pulled pork because there's no bone in it. But I can't cut the bone off because I know it came from the bone, so I won't eat it.
You don't have to cut it off, man. If you roast it right, it just falls right off.
Yeah, but the bone, I know the bone's in there.
That's all it takes.
That's you. Yeah, I know the bone's in there. So me knowing the bone's in there makes it disgusting.
Okay,
Mm.
that's fair.
Mm.
I guess.
I'm a fickle person.
I'm all about texture though. I don't like slimy and chewy.
Yeah, that sounds gross. I don't want.
I'm not really a big gummy fan. Like I don't hate. I like the taste of gummy stuff, but I can't do the texture. It just bugs the shit out of me.
You know what else is gross? Vegetables.
I like vegetables.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I love recently discovered within the last couple of years that I like Brussels sprouts.
Oh, you are a disgusting individual. Brussels sprouts smell like old farts. Like it's just man. Like you ever fart in your car and then forget you farted and then start to get up out of your car or shift and the smell comes out? That's what Brussels sprouts smell like. It's disgusting.
They're not that bad, man.
They're that bad. And they taste horrible.
I think it
too.
also depends on how you're cooking them too.
Ugh. You know how the best way to cook Brussels sprouts? You get them, you take them out of the bag, you put them in a bowl, and you throw them in the trash. That's the best way to cook them. It's just they're gone. You don't worry about it anymore. It's over.
Nah, man. A little bit of maple, some brown sugar, salt, pepper, bake them in the oven. So good.
You know what you can replace the Brussels sprouts with? Bacon.
You can
You
put
ever
bacon.
you did,
You
but
can
put
put
bacon.
bacon in the Brussels sprouts.
No. Now you're making bacon sad. You just have the bacon by itself.
No, bacon. So Brussels sprouts are good with almost anything, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you steam them too. They're also really good steamed.
I was sad like 2 weeks ago. I don't know why. I just woke up sad. And I
All
was
right.
super hungry. And I was like, oh man, we got 4 packages of bacon. So I cooked 4 packages of bacon in the air fryer and just sat for an hour just watching X-Men cartoons and eating pieces of bacon.
Interesting.
It was delicious. That's a well-balanced fucking meal right there.
I'm trying to think what I do like when I'm. What do you do like when you're bored? Like
But
what's something you like just naturally go to besides taking a nap or video games?
video games or like I'll write stuff.
Do you spend a lot of time when you do video games?
Yeah, it just depends on what I'm playing.
That's all
If,
right.
if I'm playing like a sports game or Madden or something like that, if I'm not playing online, then I'll just play like 1 or 2 games. I'm done. If I'm playing like Fallout or like my wrestling game, something like that, or Helldivers. Helldivers is amazing. Then I'll spend a couple hours on it. But it just depends on how much time I have, and as long as I'm not going to be like tired. And then if my wife wants to watch a movie or something, then I'll turn it off. But
yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, you build shit, and eat vegetables in your spare time.
It's true. Or I am producing other people's shows.
It's true. You do that too.
And usually I'm doing that just laying on the couch, though. I mean, I do everything on my phone, so.
Okay. Well, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Adult humor.
I've gotten used to it, man. Well, to all the people who have scrolled through here tonight, we appreciate you tuning in for the first ever episode of Open Door Policy. Baish and his dog,
fucking Dinkelman,
which is a perfect name. They were so nice to join us today.
Ass on my face, Dinkelman.
Do what?
Dog put his ass in my face.
Did he dinkle your face?
He did. All this right here.
Nice. Well, Baish, man, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I would like to make this a new weekly show because I think it's going to take some time to really build it up.
Yeah.
But I like the concept. I think that when people are in here viewing it and they actually have something to say, being able to pop them on the show will be fun. But yeah, it's kind of the idea of this new show, Open Door Policy. So.
Sweet.
Yeah. Until next time, everybody, we'll see you around.
Word.
Good.